Giani Ji writes in their Jeevani that once there was a katha in a Sahajade Pind, and during the evening katha, every Singh had their own rail. So as we said before, if you can imagine, it wasn't that there was like 150 rails all together and you just pick up your rail when you wanted. Because then you'd have a lot of things going on where there might be rails going missing and so on. Every Singh had their own rail, and it was their responsibility to look after their own pothiyan and raila. So the stand that they're going to put the poti sahib on, that was their duty. But sometimes the Singh might have left it in the darbar or left it somewhere. And Giani Ji went to where they used to usually keep their rail, and it wasn't there. Right? And they looked around and they couldn't find their rail. And they were getting a bit stressed that the katha was about to start. And another thing, Sant Ji was very punctual in their katha. When the time used to start for katha, it would start. They wouldn't wait for anyone. It was the Singh's duty to come on time for their lessons or to sit in the katha. Sant Ji wouldn't wait around for them. The katha would start. If you missed it, you missed it. Right? Because that was their discipline. If we already looked at their timetable, there was no time to like wait around for people. So Giani Ji was getting stressed that the time's running out and the katha is about to start. I can't find my rail. And there was another Singh, Mal Singh, Nihang Singh, in the Jatha, and he said to Giani Pritam Singh Ji that, "Oh Singh jada hai na udhar baitha, ore teri rail chak liya. He's taken your rail." That Singh, he's taken your rail. And he had already prakashed his pothi. Giani Ji is like, how do I go and say to him, give my rail back? He's already saying with his, the katha's about to start. Usi waqt, at the same time, Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji came into the darbar. And as I already said, where Sant Ji had so much prem for the Singhs, they also had a very high discipline. And there wasn't room for messing around or being lazy and all these things in Sant Ji's Jatha. And when they saw that all the Singhs are sitting with their illa, but Giani Pritam Singh Ji is still walking around, they said, Thoda ja beer ras vich Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji said that, what are you doing? That the katha is about to start. Why are you still walking around like this? And before Giani Pritam Singh Ji could even explain like what had happened, Sant Ji was going towards the Tabbya to start the katha. So Oda idda ho gaya that day that Giani Ji couldn't sit down and open his pothi, and they just had to sit there and listen to the katha because there was no rail. They couldn't find a rail. And they got a bit upset with Sant Ji because Giani Ji was quite young at the time. And as like a child or like a teenager, you could say, at that time, like Sant Ji didn't even listen to me. Obviously that was, Sant Ji just saw that Giani Ji was just walking around, and they just said, "Tu jaake baith ja, ki karda? You should be sitting down ready for the katha." And they just went and started the katha. And Giani Ji got really upset. And Giani Ji, Giani Pritam Singh Ji, every single day, they used to go and help the Singhs do a shnan of Sant Ji, because Sant Ji had become quite old at the time. And they couldn't always do a shnan by themselves. So the Singhs would help Sant Ji do a shnan. And Giani Ji themselves would go every day, and they'd also do malish of Sant Ji. They would massage Sant Ji's legs and so on. So you can imagine how much walking Sant Ji's doing. Afterwards, the Singhs would do seva of Sant Ji. And that day, Giani Ji didn't go. You know, when you get angry with someone, then you don't go. Giani Ji didn't go that day. And look how much attention Sant Giani Gurbachan Singh Ji had. That they noticed that Giani Ji hadn't come. So many Singhs to go. But every little detail Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji would look for. Every Singh, are they happy? Or how are they doing in the Jatha? Is there any kami that they need? And Sant Ji noticed that Giani Ji hadn't come, and he realized that is because earlier on I might have scolded Giani Ji a little bit. Giani Pritam Singh Ji learned Santhya from Vaid Ji, Sant Giani Niranjan Singh Ji Vaid Ji, who's another very prominent student of Sant Giani Gurbachan Singh Ji. And Vaid Ji, and they were known as Vaid Ji because they used to make davaiyan as well. They used to make Ayurvedic medicine. And Vaid Ji used to teach Santhya, Gurbani Santhya, and they used to teach the smaller philosophical granths, as mentioned earlier. So Giani Pritam Singh Ji, when he entered the Jatha, the Katha of Guru Granth Sahib Ji he learnt from Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji. All the Singhs learnt that from Sant Gurbachan Singh. But maybe Gurbani Santhya or Shote Granth, meaning the philosophy, that would be split up between the senior Singhs, and they would teach the new Singhs in the Jatha. Because Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji couldn't teach everyone Santhya. We've already seen how packed their day was. How would they teach every single 150 Singhs one by one, teach them Gurbani Santhya? So these sort of duties, they were split up between the Singhs and the Jatha. And Vaid Ji used to teach a lot of Singhs, and Giani Pritam Singh Ji learnt the Santhya of Gurbani and the Shote Granth from Vaid Ji. And because Vaid Ji was like Giani Ji's Gurbani Santhya Ustad, Sant Ji said कि तेरा जड़ा विद्यार्थी है वो आज आया नहीं, वो रुस्के नहीं आया, है ना? रुस्के means that he's become upset and he hasn't come. So कित्थे हैगा? उन्हों जाके लिया. So Giani Pritam Singh Ji says that at the time I was doing Langar Seva and the Singhs came, Vaid Ji came and other Singhs came and they said that Sant Ji is asking to meet you. And Giani Ji went reluctantly because he knew that, because he felt maybe Sant Ji is going to tell me more off now. So he went there and the opposite happens. And it shows that someone might question why was Sant Ji, why did Sant Ji scold the Singh sometimes? Imagine you've got a group of 150 to 200 Singhs sometimes, right? And you have to keep discipline in the Jatha as well. But where Sant Ji kept that discipline, they also gave a lot of prem. The prem was the main point that every single Singh in the Jatha talks about. And they say that at that time, when Giani Pritam Singh Ji entered the room of Sant Giani Gurbachan Singh Ji, Sant Giani Gurbachan Singh Ji got the punya of the parna, the parna of the hazuriya. So that means the scarf that this parna hai. They got the corners of it. And in India or Indian culture, we could say, when we're going to receive something, wo choli atade hunde hai. Like when someone was going to go to a Raja and get charity off them or get some award from them or something, they would get the choli, meaning the like their scarf. They would open their scarf and they'd say, put the blessings into my choli. That's like a common saying in Punjabi as well, कि साडे चोली विच चीज बख्श दो, खुशियां बख्शो चोली विच. So Giani Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji took both corners and they made like a choli from their hazuriya, from their scarf, and holding both corners of their parna. First they showed the choli, and then they, with the same corners, they held their ears. And this is amazing because that's something usually like someone who's done something wrong, like a small child, they'd hold their ears and say sorry in Indian culture, right? Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji holding their ears with the corner of their parna, they said Likhariya. Giani Pritam Singh Ji was the Likhari of the Jatha. And Likhari means that they were like the writer. So the diary writer, taking the bookings of Sant Ji. Okay, where is Sant Ji going to go next? And also writing down that in every single village, how many people took Amrit, which katha was going on. So every little detail, Giani Ji used to write it. That was their duty. And that's why they were called Likhari. Likhari means a writer. So where they wrote the Arth of Gurbani of Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji, they wrote all that down. So that made them Likhari as well. But especially they were the Likhari of the whole Jatha. So even when a new Singh used to enter the Jatha, it was Giani Ji's duty to take down all their details, keep that information safe. So they were known in the Jatha as a Likhari. And Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji used to call them Likhariya. They said, Likhariya, Jede mere bachan, if I said any bachan which upset you, put that bachan into my choli and forgive me. Minu maaf kar de. And Giani Pritam Singh Ji says that when I heard these bachan from Sant Ji, I started to cry. Right? Tears started to roll from my eyes because I got so emotional that in this world, the students, the vidyarthis, when they do something wrong, they go and they ask for maafi from their ustad. But this is the first time I'm seeing that ustad is asking maafi from their vidyarthis. And in reality, it was my fault. It wasn't their fault. They were just doing their duty, right? They were telling the Singhs that jaake baitho, katha vich baitho. I should have taken more care of my reel. It was all my fault. But I just got upset with Sant Ji. But bringing themselves down, even though it wasn't, Sant Ji didn't need to do this. They were fully in their right to say to Giani Ji that go and sit and you should be ready for the katha. Right? But still, they had so much praying for the Singhs. And they felt that if any Singh was upset, that Singh, usi waqt, I asked maafi from that Singh. Right? And Giani Ji at that time, they got so emotional and tears are coming from their eyes. And they fell at Sant Ji's charan. And they said, Nahi Mahapurusho, they said, Sant Ji, in reality, I made the mistake. Now, so forgive me. And us waqt Sant Giani Gurbachan Singh Ji got in this state of kirpa, you could say. And they said to the Singhs, us samay Bhai Kartar Singh Ji Premi was there. And they said to them that Panj Singhan nu liao. Getting Panj Singhs, do ardas in front of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Jo Pritam Singh diyan Guru naal ganda a, prem diya ganda a, wo sada pakke rehn. That means the ties of love to Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the ties of love of Sikhi, may they always remain tight. May they always remain mazboot. Meaning that he'll never fall in Sikhi, do the ardas. And his love for Guru Sahib may always be intact. Mahapurush got the Singhs to do the ardas.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the full podcast on our second channel, BOS TV.
And don't forget to like, share and subscribe.